Hello, and welcome to the newest episode of Tactical Heretic. My name is Guy Estes, and I am the Tactical Heretic, coming at you from our usual location, my little shooting range on my back pasture. So again, we're outdoors. Excuse any background noise that might pop up. So I know it's been a while since my last video, different things coming up. But I got one today, and while for the most part I focus on revolver cartridges, especially those that are not real standard like 45 Colt and 44 Special, I also like to occasionally test known calibers, more common calibers, but with rounds that you don't see a whole lot of testing on. And so that's what I'm going to do today. Today I got 45 ACP, the Sauer VCrown Elite Defense. 230 grain jacketed hollow point. I believe they also make a 185 grain and possibly a 200 grain. I don't remember now exactly. I focus on 230 grain. So I haven't seen a whole lot of testing on this. In fact, going through YouTube, I came across two. One of them, the fellow was using this clear ballistics gel, the same stuff I use, but he just shot the bullet into the bare gel, didn't do any clothing barrier tests. The other guy did do clothing barrier tests, but he was using some other type of medium. I think it was some sort of homemade type ballistics gel. So I wanted to use the clear ballistics, doing the clothing barrier test, and we got two test pistols. Got my Kimber 1911 full size 5-inch barrel. And then we have my little Christmas present to myself that I got right before this last Christmas, the Fabrique Nationale FNX 45. So, as I'm sure y'all know, at least those who watch this channel regularly, I'm all about old school. I love my good old-fashioned big bore 6 guns. So it stands to reason that when it comes to semi-automatics, old school, yep, 1911 is definitely my first love. But running a close second is that FNX. It is a 15-shot 45, one of the highest capacity 45 ACP pistols on the market. In fact, I think the only one that exceeds it in capacity is another Fabrique Nationale, the FN 545, I believe. Has a 17-round mag. But this was what Fabrique Nationale entered into competition when the military was looking for a new sidearm. Military went with Sig Sauer, but I love this gun. It's double action, single action, but the manual safety, it operates pretty much like the manual safety on the 1911, so if you want to carry it cocked and locked, you can, and it's also a decocker. But the decocker does not stay on, which is the main reason I never owned a Beretta 92. I otherwise love that pistol, but I hate the safety on that, how that decocker stays on if you leave it on. And it's positioned in a way that if you rack the slides, you're probably going to put it on, so that's why I don't care for that. So the FN is my idea of more modern. For those of you who cut your teeth on Glocks and similar pistols, the FN is old school and the 1911 is downright archaic. But 1911 was designed first and foremost as a fighting pistol, and it is very, very good at that. But we're going to be doing these two tests. Now, the FN's barrel is half an inch shorter than the 1911, and I've read and heard, I mean, all calibers to one degree or another are, they have their velocity affected by barrel length, and I have heard that the 45 ACP is particularly susceptible to that. Now, does the half-inch here make a difference? Well, I did, prior to doing this, starting this video, I did my 5-shot velocities through the chronograph to get an average. Sig Sauer advertises 830 feet per second muzzle velocity. Out of the 5-inch 1911, my 5-shot average was 839.6, so I round that up to 840. So the lowest velocity I got on that was 826 feet per second, so that's very good, very consistent. Out of the FN, my 5-shot velocity was 833 feet per second. Actually, is 833.2. I round down to 833. So our 5-shot averages, there's only a difference. That 5-inch barrel, you just got another 7 feet per second of velocity out of there. So I don't think there's going to be any measurable difference in performance from these bullets from either of these guns, but I am going to do both of them just in the interest of being thorough and satisfying general curiosity. So here is Sig Sawyer's VCrown. Again, this is the 45 ACP. They appear to have redesigned it. Previously, my only experience with this round was they used to offer this in 44 Special. I don't think they do anymore, based on the fact that I went to Sig Sawyer's website and there was absolutely no mention whatsoever of 44 Special. But it's no loss, because those 44 Specials I fired into water and got zero expansion. I mean, they didn't even start, the jacketing material didn't even start peeling off. It was a completely pristine bullet that could be reloaded and fired again. And the cavity was a different design than this one, so it looks like they've refurbished it. But we shall see. So we'll start off doing the bare gel tests. I figure I'll do the 1911 first. I'll do the bare gel, then 1 layer of cotton t-shirt, then 4 layers of denim, and then run the FN through those same tests. So we'll get to testing and we'll see what happens here. See if these things are any good. Now, another reason I went with the Sig Sauer, in addition to not seeing a lot of tests on it, so we got the 20 count box up there, but these are available in a 50 count box as well. One of the few rounds that is billed as a top self-defense round where they do offer it in a 50 count box. And for a gun like the FN, where I've got 3 15-round magazines, that 50 round, loading up all those magazines is a lot more economical with that 50 count box than it is 3 of those 20 counts. The price does come to be a little bit less. So that's another reason I wanted to see if it was worth getting the 50 count box, to see if these things work well, if they're any good. So we're going to do our test, getting started with this. And like I said, I will start off with the 1911. All right, so we got about 16 inches of penetration, some expansion, not a heck of a lot though, which is curious. And afterwards, wait, no, I'm wrong. It does look like it expanded reasonably well. I'll dig these out of there later and y'all have a closer look at them. But again, we got about 16 inches of penetration just in the bare gel. Good expansion. It looks like it got started maybe an inch and a half in. It started expanding, and that wound channel's a lot bigger. So, all right, now it is time to do the 1 layer of cotton t-shirt and see what happens then. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's go about, let's see here. Yeah. All righty. Yeah. Alrighty, so we again, looks like we got pretty good expansion there, but more penetration. Now it went to the full 19 inches, which is past what the FBI considers ideal, the 12 to 18 inch. We've gone past that here. So Now we move on to the 4 layers of denim, and on this case, I'm thinking this sucker just might get a complete pass-through. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. So, yep. Went all the way through, and it looks like it passed clean through the milk jug as well. Alrighty. So I'll do the same with the FN, but I really don't think we're going to see any difference. Given that the velocities were so close, I don't think we're going to see, again, a whole lot of difference there. But in the interest of being thorough, we'll do it. Alrighty. Oh boy. That sucker expanded, penetrated 13.5 inches, full expansion. The top and the face of it is facing me straight up, so this thing did a 90-degree turn. And it's looking straight at me, and yeah, beautiful expansion and 13.5 inches of penetration. So now we do the t-shirt test. And again, we got further penetration with that. 18 inches. And looks like some expansion. So then, going with the denim, that is 1, 2, whoop. Again, I'm thinking it's going to be a full pass through, but we'll see. And yep, went clean through. So let me get some of these out of here so y'all can have a look at the ones that did stay in. Actually, might be better if I do this. I'm out of there. Alrighty. So looking at these more closely, this is the one from the 1911 that went into the bare gel. So you can see that it did expand quite well. And again, we had like 16 inches of penetration on that one. This is from the 1911 through the one layer of cotton t-shirt that it penetrated 19 inches. And we had some expansion, not a tremendous amount, but some. And then from the FNX, this was the bare gel and penetrated 13 and a half inches. And then from the FNX through the one layer of cotton t-shirt. And again, you had some expansion, not a tremendous amount, and penetrated 18 inches. So I'm a little bit surprised because on previous tests, the cotton t-shirt, there wasn't a tremendous difference between that and the bare gel. They expanded about the same, and penetration was either the same or there might have been an inch more or an inch less, but that was usually about it. There's a significant difference here. And then all the way through the gel block for the 4 layers of denim. The 4 layers of denim to represent heavy clothing. Now, yes, I know there's all kind of different ways you can do heavy clothing. The possible combinations are damn near endless. That's why I don't bother with it. I just do kind of the 4 layers of denim with that. Otherwise, I mean, there'd be all kind of stuff I'd be going through to handle this, to try and cover every possibility. So, yeah, kind of unexpected on that. I do give them props for consistency with the velocity. That was spot freaking on. That was way better than what we've been seeing with most of these revolver rounds, where the velocity was significantly less than what they published, with a few exceptions, like the Buffalo Bore. And I know at least one of the Underwoods, the Buffalo Bore, I remember for certain, was pretty much spot on. I think a few others with 45 Colt and some of these others. But there we have it. All in all, not a bad self-defense round. There might be some that are a little bit better. That expansion, again, that was kind of odd seeing that big difference between the bare gel and the t-shirt. That's contrary to what we normally see. So again, not a bad self-defense round, but I suspect there might be some better. I suspect maybe HST's gold dots, something like that, might be a little bit better. Maybe next time I can do, well, what I have mine loaded with right now are Winchester PDX-1. Reason I did that was there are plenty of tests on YouTube with those, so I don't see any point in covering other ground that others have done. So that does it for today's test. Please hit like and subscribe. Thank you all very much, and I will catch y'all on the flip side.